but it's kind of funny. But I think it's a really good time to get a hold of the rules of the game with some mech combat. This is kind of why a lot of people play the game. It's a little complicated. It's kind of easy to get a hold of, but harder to master because of how modular this game is. So we're gonna get into that. Oh, uh, okay. All right. I'm just gonna say Hurricane Zeta. That's all I was gonna say. So Hurricane Zeta kind of sucks. We were gonna have a really cool like story, combat, challenge, um, uh, adventure. But weather and real life kind of gets in the way. So we're gonna wait a week. Um, Still a little opportune, but we're gonna make it work. Like I said, so mech combat. Um, Also, you may be muted, Pat. So yeah, mech combat. Some devastation. It's all gonna be good. It's gonna be great. So why don't we go ahead and start from the top right? We'll start with everyone else and kind of go all the way down and back up to me. So start us off, Pat, the host of our glorious game. Please go ahead. That's a good test. Let's wait for the chat a bit. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's try with with Talon with Catherine if she's good to go.
I remembered to unmute myself. Okay. My name is Catherine. I play Talva, aka Talon. And I can also be found for art stuff at Katina Draws on Twitter or Instagram.
Wonderful. I really loved what you brought to your character last session. That was really cool. Especially the Arbit lit that kind. I think that kind of locked an energy in all of us, which was really good. I was a really big fan of that. So right now we're gonna also switch down to Zeta or Ikuza One Jules.
Hello, I'm Jules, otherwise known as Iksa1 or Pep2, if you so prefer. I can be found on Twitter at Iksa1, also on Instagram, as well as Facebook and things like that. I work in film mostly, and yeah, that's the skinny.
I really love Paptu's winning the championship and also experiencing alcohol. It was a really fun time. They are a really cool addition to the team. And I'm excited to explore more with them in the future. Um, Sean, Alex, would you like to bring yourself abroad?
Yo, I'm Alex. I'm a digital artist. You can find me around on Twitter and eventually on Twitch at Can Chaos Art. My regular stuff is at Agent Chaos, but you don't want to look at my regular stuff. It's boring.
I disagree. I'm gonna step in here and disagree. All the
I
art I've seen
find
has.
weird random stuff.
I mean, who doesn't on Twitter?
True. I've only actually gotten into Twitter in like the last half year.
Well, so
but
have
I've
I.
had a Twitter. I've had a Twitter account for 10 years.
Also, Sean coming in with the flirts. Like, if we
Yeah.
have accolades, championship, Arbit lit, flirter.
I did not expect him to be this. Like, yeah, he's flirty. It's his thing. But I didn't expect everybody to fall for it.
It develops. It develops. Thank you, Alex. Can we try again with Pat? Pat, are you with us?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me from the other side, chat? I think it's working now.
Just keep talking.
I mean, my mic is showing that it's picking shit up, so I'm gonna say it's working.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Hi everybody, I'm Pat. This fully operational and well-running machine is my channel, where I know what I'm doing. Today I get to play with these lovely people as I'm playing Axon Dermont, celebrity space sports ball man, and
Cosmo Brawl champion.
Yes, celebrity bad boy, and conscripted into the military when his contract was traded away from his team.
Yeah, it's really cool. The drifts you did during the kart race was really cool. Thank you, and I'm very grateful that we have everything figured out for the most part. And I am ChatterboxAVA at ChatterboxAVA on Twitter. I'm streaming here, so that's cool. And I tweeted today that I wanted to run a tabletop with characters who are part of a polycule. So I don't know if there's a Sense 8 tabletop role-playing game, but like at some point in the future, that'd be kind of cool. So I'm just kind of coming up with cool, crazy ideas. It was also begun to be called Polycool. I'm the worst. So what we have here tonight is we will probably be doing some flavor roleplay because they're still playing their characters. This is just sort of like let's say a filler episode where everyone's kind of doing like the My Hero Academia training and like fighting cool robots and stuff like that. And we'll probably have an in-game announcer or something. We had to kind of come to a consensus on what we wanted to do tonight without Leland. So this is what we're going to do, because next session is going to be chaotic as shit. And I want to be sure everyone's okay with med combat before we get into that. So without further ado, I'm going to switch us over from the sort of lobby screen into a simulation screen. So this is what I hope to see is a blue and white canvas here. We can imagine this landscape to be whatever we want to be. Either imagine as this endless blue rift of some kind. I'm gonna play some music here while we're doing this stuff. So everyone adjust their Roll20 audio as they need to. If you cannot hear it, let me know. I'm just gonna do some over here. Alrighty, so here is the process of combat. Every time a player takes a turn, the enemy also takes a turn. So if you go first in a round, you can't go last in a round. So like it goes kind of blow by blow. So it isn't necessarily like you guys roll initiative. It's the player who decides to go first goes first. We're gonna just do kind of a simple like football line. Like we don't need to get into the complicated objectives yet, because there's cool stuff like defend an area or escort a person or an object, a gauntlet, and all kinds of other game modes that are kind of baked into Lancer, that can kind of get really insane when we're all sort of embroiled in the combat and when you guys start getting licenses. So for now, what we're going to do is I want everyone to sort of take a handle over their models made by Retrograde Minis. You can find their stuff at retrogrademinis.com. They have cool mechs. It is the best kind of modular mech making that I've seen from any website. It might be inspiration for when players make their mechs, or when they want to go off the beaten path. And you can kind of find every named frame in there as well. So you got the Baylors, you got the all the kind of crazy frames that like most people probably won't know the name of unless they actually really get deep into the game. And so that's kind of where we're at with that. So please go check out Retrograde Minis. They're really cool. Even if you're not playing the game, it's kind of fun to just kind of build these like monstrosities of metal and machinery. So can we go ahead and also, Pat, can you also mute your mic since you're typing? Just wanted to be sure. Alrighty, so you guys can start anywhere. So I'm just gonna say sort of like here. So this is kind of your starting line. There's normally a place where you guys can start
I'm
placing
having
yourselves.
issues moving my token.
Oh, weird. Can you click it? Like, can you select it?
I can just ping it.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is hold on, let me see if I gave you the right access. Yeah, yep, Sean Blake. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna delete this guy, and you go to the journal page and just drag it down by yourself because I brought those down.
I'm
So,
trying to, and it's not dragging.
okay.
Under
Let me try-
character tokens.
Character tokens, yeah.
Yep. It is
Okay,
not dragging.
I'm gonna drag your character sheet, or drag it down again. Try it now.
Alright. Come on. Oof. Nope, that's just moving the
in the-
screen.
In the top left, which tool it doesn't show? Is it
Select
like
move. I think I'm in. Nope, it's still in select move, and it's not letting me click on him.
We can work on this later. Would you like
Sure
to
thing.
just sort of ping wherever you want to go with your character?
Yeah, I can do that. Sorry
Okay.
about that. I am.
It's all okay. We're figuring this out in real time. I'm going to send you guys links to your I'm just sending out some links to people's stats. Also, hold on. Let me see if I can bring it up another. So yeah, we all figured this out over time, and I think we're gonna get really good at it as we continue to engage in stuff like that. So hold on. Okay. So everyone should have their character sheets up on CompCon, which is also the website where people use to make mechs. This is mainly Jays, I've selected Sean Blake as permissions for their token. We're gonna try to figure out after this session. You know, this is kind of our test session for like test combat. So you know, we're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna have everything down this session, but it's good to learn the rules and then fight some disposable baddies. So yeah, CompCon is very helpful. You guys can run a active mode where you're playing the game, and then there's a little sidebar dashboard where you can click engage in combat, and that's what we're gonna want. Oh yeah, thank you, Pat. So yeah, so when you're in active mode, and then you kind of click the little sidebar and then activate combat, everyone's going to see that there are a list of actions. There is kind of the movement, then there's free not free actions, quick actions, full actions, a variety of stuff like that. I'm gonna see if they have it on the actual, because I want to oh, that's weird, because they normally allow me to use it on here too, but I think I'm gonna need to access a different character sheet while we're playing, just to get a good idea of what I need to do for each character. Like I said, figuring out how to do Lancer combat takes some time. So yeah, so we have move, the either quick actions or full action, overcharge, reactions, and then free actions, in that order, on a person's turn. So I'm gonna spawn in some enemies. Are you guys ready?
I am excited, but definitively not ready for this.
10-4 pilots, I'm starting the simulation up now. I'm sure you know that your commanding officer, Major King, really wants us to hone down your skills, especially after what y'all experienced on Bandy Prime. Yeah, so I'm just gonna port some guys in here. Good luck. Try not to interfere that much. All right, over and out.
And so we're gonna spawn in 4 guys here. We're gonna spawn in.
Quick question: are you seeing any of the pinging I'm doing on the screen?
Yes, I am actually.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's just double checking because that's where I like my characters start.
So we have I'll mention what you guys see as I'm putting them in. So there are different classifications of mechs that are NPCs. They're different from your mechs. They're kind of, if you guys have seen Gundam, they're like the more disposable, like Zaku's, stuff like that. A pilot, import pilot. And so we have here a scout, sniper, sentinel, and an ace. And you guys probably don't know what that means, and you probably don't need to. Go on.
Oh no, I was just agreeing that I don't know what that means.
All right. Actually, could you zoom out a little bit, just so everyone can see the enemies placed down? Yep. So they're over here. Alrighty. So I will give the players the first turn. So that means the four of you can select or decide together who wants to go first. So that could be Jules, that could be Pat, that could be Katie, that could be Alex. You guys come to a consensus, and then and then the enemy takes a turn, and then whoever wants to go next takes a turn. Kind of until there's only one possible player or NPC left. It's okay to make mistakes also, so don't be afraid to volunteer. I can also select people. Like, we can do popcorn if we really want to.
Let's do it. I will go.
Okay. I thought Kay was about to jump in, but no, I think you're good. Alrighty. So, on your CompCon sheet, Pat, you're gonna see that there is a speed. Speed is how many spaces you can move. A space is equal to 10 feet. So kind of imagine your character going however many multiples of 10. So where do you want to move?
Got it. So it's essentially my speed is the number of hexes I can go.
Yes.
Okay. So my guy has a big 4 for speed. So.
Alrighty. So you can go 4 in any direction.
Huh. You know what? Sure, let's go. Let's just go forward. Let's just go straight forward.
Okay, great. All right, so you went 4 spaces, so that's your movement. You can take a not a free action. You can take a quick action to boost, which is kind of like a dash. So like sort of like double it adds an extra 4 movement if you want to really get close to your enemy. And given that you are sort of a frontliner with what you've designed with your mech, I would recommend it. However, if there are options that you want to explore right now, that's also cool too.
Yeah, I guess I could, as we're going around the first round, we could tell a little bit about our mechs too, if you'd like.
Sure, please go ahead. That's great.
So I am in the I have named it the Poltergeist, because it is difficult to exercise and it's just gonna keep bugging you and wrecking your shit. I've got on my equipment frame, I've got a charged melee sword, a heavy anti-material rifle, and then just a couple of thermal pistols with me. I can also do some other cool shit, like I've got some turret drones. I can not quite fly, but close. And yeah, and then I got some sick flames and sponsors all over the all tagged up on my side too.
Unmistakably badass. What am I doing here? All right, so cool. So I made his mech on Retrograde Minis. So like I said, it's probably going to be changing depending on what he's equipping, which is kind of a cool idea in my opinion. Like just kind of like going back into Retrograde and changing it up when you select it for different missions. So yeah, you have some pretty cool equipment. Yeah. Is there anything you want to do with your actions? So
it's I'm looking some ideas I've got. I've got this heavy rifle that looks like it could hit from pretty fucking far away, but I'd also kind of like to get my drones out. So that says it's a quick action.
Yes. So as a quick action, and this is an important point, you can probably do both if you use the system of your drones. You fire a drone as a quick action, and another quick action you fire one rail, which is kind of like a given weapon. So you can do that. If you want to fire both, like for example, your rifle and then your pistols, or your sword and pistols, what have you, that is a full action called a barrage.
Okay.
Because you're using multiple rails.
Got it. And does it use all your rails, or do you pick two?
It doesn't. You pick two.
Okay. Cool.
Or in some cases, some people's cases, a one, which is a super heavy. That is, I'm not sure who has a super heavy here. I know Leland does. So go ahead and tell me where you want to place your turrets, because I have turret tokens.
Yeah. So I expend a charge to deploy turret drone. Attaches to any object or surface within sensors and line of sight. So it's how
Sensors
far?
Sensors is your line of sight. So like, for example, it could be 10, which means you could go like you can send it 10 spaces away.
Okay. Awesome. So it's so is it 10, or would I have to find that somewhere? Because I will take 10.
It's on your character sheet. So like if you're in the active mode, it will show you beneath tech attack and next to save target. It's a sensor range. I can also look it up on your character sheet right now if you want.
Sorry, I might be looking at the wrong place.
Let me see where it would be on your character sheet. Let's check active mode. It's a little bit below your core power, and which is right by your health.
Okay. Sensor range. There it is. It was in big fucking letters right in the middle the whole time. It is 10.
You're still learning it. It's okay.
Thank you everyone for putting up with that struggle. Let's go ahead and just drop a turret right there. That looks like a good home for this turret. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and plop down a little turret. Can you keep pointing at it real quick? Because I just literally borfed on that.
I don't know if that's where I pointed, but that's where it's gonna be now.
All right. So you see this little, and so you kind of stick out your arm, or not. I don't know where it would be put. Where do you want it to come out from? What hole do you want your turret to come out from?
I feel like maybe I've got. I think maybe I unload it from my back, and I've got some kind of launcher attached, and just send it hurtle it out there into space. All
right, cool. So it could like be attached to like your booster rocket or something, you know, like a little hole. So it kind of just gets kind of like propelled by like a little booster, and then it kind of like unfolds like a baton, like a retractable baton. And there's this little like red warning light kind of pointing in a given direction.
I just realized I needed this, but I really kind of wanted to look like one of the fucking ghosts from Pac-Man.
It could be spray painted.
Yeah.
With
yes.
Yeah. Yes. Like I said, unmistakably badass. So what we're gonna do is then go to the next action. I swear turns will be much quicker after we all get a hand of this. But you know, doing this individual breakdown is really important for us to understand the game. So go ahead, Pat. Do your you have? I don't think you have any bonuses right now for making your attack, but you said you wanted your heavy rifle, right?
Yep, that is. I believe that's the only one that I could hit with from this far away, because I am in otherwise, as you said, very in melee combat person. So this luckily can hit from 20 hexes away.
20 hexes away. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have range on all four of them. Just so you know, once you fire it, you will have to spend a turn to reload it if you want to use it again.
Yeah.
So that's part of the stabilize action, which we can get into later. So, is anyone you want to hit?
Let's go with our lonely buddy up top there.
All right. So you are going to roll me a d20.
18.
18 will hit. You will find that either on a 10 or depending on the evasion, they had a 12 evade, so that would hit. Now you get to roll some d6s.
Looks like
you have 2d6.
Yeah, 2d6 of kinetic damage
Yes.
from this bad boy.
Now it's
So that's 7 kinetic damage there. And now, does this trigger a reaction from my turret? Which is that an allied character within range 10 of a turret drone makes a successful attack, and then the turret drone tacks on another 3 kinetic damage on top of that.
So how much damage was that total?
So with the turret, that brings it up to 10.
Ooh, that is a lot of damage. So so kind of as you fire, there is this sort of this little tag on your bullet, kind of etched into the actual bullet, that attracts the turret's attention. It sort of does and as it you see the shell just kind of collide with one of the legs of the creature. The turret just crashes into kind of its like kind of big round head top. So I'm gonna put the no wait, that's the sniper. Scout has and you also kill it.
Ooh, I do.
Yes. It does not have a lot of HP, so good work.
Guys, I think we're winning. I think we're doing good.
Yep.
Everyone.
Yep. For now.
Folks.
Let's see. Can I? I'm still getting a learning from I'm still learning how to use this GM sheet. So it's important how to figure this out before we get into actual like in-game combat. I think I just how do I get rid of this guy? You know what? I'm just gonna say he's down and out. The turret and the shell kind of collide with it, and you see it just kind of almost explode with the kinetic damage, and it is thoroughly wrecked. And it kind of begins to destabilize and kind of meld out of the scenery.
All right, first kill thanks to the Cosmoball champ. I asked you for a not holograph. I asked you for an autograph, and you just said, yeah, I thought that was kind of cute, I guess. Moving on.
Alrighty. So the next turn would belong to an enemy.
So, do I get to take Overwatch or Brace? What do those mean?
That's a good point. This will happen outside of your turn.
Okay.
Like a reaction in D&D. So Overwatch is like if someone in threat distance of a melee weapon or a close quarters weapon like a shotgun, if they move out of the range of that, you can attack them.
Got it.
Yeah, and brace. You're about to find out because it's the sniper's turn.
Well, before that, I do have a free action I'd like to use on my turn for one of my talents, which is I took the leader talent, so I have 3 leadership dice, and once per turn, on my turn as a free action, I can give an order to an allied PC that I can communicate with, describe a course of action, and they get they get to expend the leadership die to gain a +1 accuracy on an attack, or they can give it back if they don't want to do what I suggest, so it doesn't get wasted.
What would you like to do?
I will. Who wanted to go next? Who was lining up? I know the sniper's going next.
After this, Jules or
Zeta.
Okay, so it's Alex. Alex wants to go next.
Okay, yeah. I will just call out. Get close to the turret. It'll keep backing you up. So essentially, I think if you follow that suggestion and utilize my turret's help, you get +1 accuracy.
All right, so I'll correspond with attack within turret distance is a good word for that.
Yeah, you just need to be within 10 hexes of the turret.
All right, and now it's the sniper's turn. It's gonna say, look at you. Hold on, where's the? It's gonna look at you, Axon, and say, beep boop, fuck you, and line up a shot.
This is an aggressive program.
Oh.
Spaces. Oh, there's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then it gets 25. Okay, alrighty, and it's gonna make an attack with Oh, you also get sniper marked. Oh boy. All right, so yeah, this is actually pretty deadly. So, we're gonna roll to see if it hits. But it has actually a couple of bonuses. So,
Fuck me up. Do it.
roll 1d20, 2. Roll 2d. Okay, so that's a 20. Okay. Okay. So, we're going to circumvent the normal damage that you take because Sniper's Mark deals structure damage, instead of sniper damage, instead of its normal anti-material rifle damage. So, what this means is, mech pilots on the player character side, mostly so all the players, they have a set of HP. When they reach 0, they don't get destroyed, they lose a structure. You just lost a full structure's worth of health.
I love that for me.
And it lines up, and then you kind of feel it pierce your systems. So what you're gonna do is, on your CompCon sheet, there's an active mode, and then you go from structure 4 to structure 3, and it's gonna prompt you to roll a d6.
Yeah.
So we're diving we're gonna dive straight quick into some of these subsystems, which is good.
Got it. And so it's my understanding is that my roll on this d6 determines what terrible thing happens to me.
Yes, actually, do you have personalizations?
I do have personalizations.
Roll me another d6, real quick. Okay, so you still lose the structure. If you rolled a 6, you would have lost the structure. Or sorry, that's custom paint. You have custom paint, right?
No, I have customization.
So you don't have the custom paint. Never mind then. No. So you still rolled a 2. Click.
I'm the one
2.
with custom paint.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to be sure. All right, so you select the 2 option on the where it prompts you when you lose a structure. What did you lose?
I'm seeing a message that says system trauma.
Okay. Does it ask you what does it say now?
It says system trauma 2. And should I kick frame integrity compromised? Is that?
Hold on. Let's say so 2, and then just click continue.
Okay, there we go. Now it wants another d6.
Yep, because system trauma is when a part of your mech has been torn off.
Fun. Fun. 4.
Okay, so what does it say?
Is this giving me an option now? I
think what is it saying?
It says systems, and then if I click that, I've got 4 systems to pick from.
You can choose a system that you lose.
I'm gonna go with. Oh wait, no, there's. Never mind. For a second, I was gonna choose to lose my personalization sponsors, but then I forgot I get hit points from them. I'm going to lose my EVA module.
Okay. So the I guess that's where the bullet goes. Like it pierces through your chassis, and then like you feel this like warning signs as the bullet kind of exits, and then kind of just hits the fuses connecting your boosters to your back. And so the rifle on the top of your back, it just it collapses against the floor, and there you go. Does this guy want to do anything else?
So did I take hit point damage in addition to structure damage, or just the structure?
Just the structure damage, because
Okay.
he put Sniper's Mark on you. You can negate Sniper's Mark if you are prone or you're in cover. Good things to know. Just going forward, now that you have the Sniper's Mark on you.
You mean
So
not,
that brings
not standing in the middle of an open field. That's not how you avoid snipers.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is just kind of a simulation football line, so like there would be normally terrain to cower behind and stuff like that.
No, you don't have to apologize. That's the kind of dumb decision I would make on my own. You don't need to apologize.
Alrighty, so that brings us to I believe our buddy Ruhig, Sean, or Alex.
Finding the right tab. Okay. Hi. Yes, I'm here. I think I have an idea of what I want to do.
Okay. How many spaces?
Looking over. I can move 4.
Okay.
So, which one was the sniper again?
The sniper is right here.
Okay, so I would like to have started at this square next to me instead of the one I was at. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. Just
mentioned.
Yeah, because this is training sim, so it's fine.
I want to be here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. Because I want to use his big butt as cover. As I set off, I'm going to set off my Nexus Hunter Killers.
Ooh, okay.
And set those on the sniper.
Okay, so how far do your buddies go?
It doesn't say.
Your Nexus Hunter Killers can fire 10 at 10. So this guy right here is 13. You can use. Yeah, you can. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you go ahead.
You can
Sorry,
use.
I didn't realize you could do that.
Yeah, you could boost.
Wise.
You could boost out. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, instead of moving behind him in that case, can I just do? Sorry, I'm trying to find where's the measuring thing.
Oh, it's the little circle with the ruler in it.
Snap to corner, no snapping.
Just snap. This doesn't matter. So snap to center.
Okay. So I started here. So if I go. Yeah, if instead I moved to here initially, from here would have been 4, and if I use that boost, can I get the last 2 towards him?
So like so.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be enough to. Yeah, that's enough for me to hit him with the Hunter Killers.
Hunter Killer. Okay. Now I should make a small correction. You used a reaction to make your turret fire on your hit against the scout, Pat. It takes, because if you look at the turret drone system, it says as a reaction you can use your turret. Yeah. But that's good. That's good.
Okay.
That's good to know.
Oh, so when I use boost, I actually get 8 spaces to move. I didn't realize that. I thought I only got 1 more space to move.
No, because you get 8 from where you start your turn. So like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can use your hunter killer though. So roll
Yes.
a d20, and technically you did get in the space of the turret, so you get a d6 to roll.
Oh,
to add to
right.
that.
So roll 1d20, got an 18 on that, and then a 1.
Okay, yeah. So for future reference, if you guys hit 20 with an attack, like it doesn't have to be a natural 20. It will deal like double damage. So like if
Okay. So if I get a dirty 20 with any boosts that I have,
yes, it does
Okay.
double damage.
uh,
So now you're gonna attack with your hunter killer, and how much damage is that? I think that's d6.
yeah, 1d6 kinetic damage. Mostly, I've tried to make sure that that's a natural 6.
That's really good. Let me see where the sniper's at. Yeah, that hurts. That definitely does hurt. So you watch as this hunter killer, it kind of, as you get into range, it kind of just sort of like immediately snaps to the nearest target, and then you feel this sort of like sort of pulse of impact as the bullet leaves and hits the target. So yeah, that sniper does take some damage. Already, you good? Unless you want to do anything.
Yeah. Can I drop into brace?
Brace is a reaction, so if anyone attacks you, you can say brace.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So what's the,
Sorry, I'm
so,
just going off. I'm just looking at the list that they offer you, sort of thing, so I can figure out what I'm doing.
No, that's perfectly okay. I'm doing my thing here now too. How many spaces can he move? Okay, 5. What does he want to do? Okay, I think he's gonna. Okay, so this ace, he's gonna come flying in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna boost as a quick action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and drop a bomb on you. One blast. What does one blast look like? Sorry. I have to check rules real quick because
Now can I use my brace reaction?
Yeah, this is a good time to brace. So you're gonna take half damage from
Oh
this.
shit!
Yeah, so like this flying mech just and it's kind of like a jet almost. The way you see it kind of just priming something, and then you're like, oh fucking shit. And then as you kind of brace,
It's like
it just kind of just immediately deploys as soon as you see it grow and kind of take your full vision. And so this is just
but he is now in my area of effect.
Yeah. Also,
he made a mistake.
Real quick, I want you to make me a agility save. So you have to beat a 10. So if you get a higher than 10, you
Okay. D20.
yeah, just roll d20.
7.
7.
Did not.
So yeah,
make it.
you take 3.
I do have the paint job though.
Paint job. That's for when you lose structure. This is just is just 3 explosive damage. And you're also knocked prone.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, not all the things I need to do require hands.
So I'm just gonna put them slightly adjacent to you, just so you know that they're there. You know, and they're also going to oh boy, hold on. Space size measurement. I just gotta make sure I know what blast 1. What does that mean? Oh, okay. So every thing adjacent to the one space that they select. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. And so this is a burst 5. What they're doing right now. Main launcher. Wait, really? Okay, cool. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is going to affect a lot of people. Burst along. There's a missile storm. This comes out of these salvo pods, and it's gonna roll a d20.
Also, what sort of damage did I take for the last thing?
It only took 3. It was going to be 6.
Okay, so that's structure damage?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to
No,
make
no,
sure.
no, not structure damage. Just HP.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I'm very sorry. I need to clarify specifically.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure. There's just so many numbers. I'm just trying to make sure I get them right.
You are absolutely correct. You're doing nothing wrong. I'm just making sure I'm doing what I need to. So yeah, like I said, we're all learning. Yeah, I think this is right. Oh, it also has accuracy, but I don't think that's gonna. Oh, it has +1, so it's only 4. So yeah, so its turn is over.
Just out of curiosity, what did it try to make happen there? What was about to destroy us?
Oh, just swarms of missiles. Just like as it drops the bomb on Sean, you see these missile pods just and firing all salvos. Yeah, like think like a jet or like a drone. You know, sort of like all these missiles coming out of it. Like it looks like it's something that has to reload every turn, but like, you know, it's a lot of damage for a lot of time to reload. Alrighty, so who wants to go next among the pilots? Ooh. Okay, so that will be. Oh, I saw Jules raise their hand. Katie, you'll be last. We can all decide who wants to go first next turn, or I think that this establishes the
That
order.
Slavo, what did it take out on us?
Nothing. It rolled a 3. It rolled very badly.
So it was
it's-
like it just pinged off of things. Okay.
I'm still trying to get a hold of some of the rules here. It's a burst 5, which means within 5 spaces of an area it selects, the missile swarms will attack. So it rolls a d20, and if it beats anyone's evade, it will hit them. But none of your guys' evasions are like 3, so you're good. But that being said, Lavarche, Jules, Patu, what's the game plan?
Showtime. So I see we have a hyperspec fuel injector. So this is for the rest of the scene. I gain +1 accuracy on all attacks, checks, and saves. Is that just automatically applied, or is it active?
So that's a good point. That is a core battery. That's like your ultimate. If you guys know Overwatch or any of those kind of like hero shooters, you can use it once per scene. But you activate them as a protocol. So the protocols happen before anything in your turn. It's like something you declare. Like I declare my hyperspace fuel injector has activated.
Well, I mean, this is a scene, so
Yeah.
Well,
Go
what
ahead.
the heck? What the heck? Let's power this up.
So you just like slam a button because you're seeing like everyone's starting to get in some trouble, and you're like, okay, this calls for some action. And so you just smash a button, and you feel like your mech tense and jitter with electricity, and you feel a sudden boost in power.
Can I just kiss the control pad as an I'm sorry for hitting it?
Oh, you can correct me, by the way, if that's not what happens. You can just press the button.
Oh no, I would totally do it. So Pop 2 would do it out of desperation, and then they're like, "Oh no, I'm sorry."
Oh,
Like, lean
baby,
into the control panel and like kiss it.
baby.
Papa Chew is just a fucking cloud of Satine cotton candy. I swear.
All right, so what's your game plan?
Save friendos, and show off in the process. So, well, let's see here. So my boost, so the boost thing, is that dependent on speed?
So it says once per round. I think it's once per round you can boost, which means you can double your movement. So like if your movement is 4, you have 8 now, right?
Where is my movement?
It should be right underneath. It's right underneath heat, and your reactor.
Heat and reactor. My apologies.
No, it's okay. Like I said, this is a game to learn a lot of this stuff, and I'm glad we're doing this now.
Right. All right. So my reactor is 4.
Underneath your reactor is speed. Sorry.
Reactor stress, HP.
It's underneath heat and reactor. So like right next to attack bonus. If you want, I can tell you. It's still 4.
It is still 4. Yes.
Okay, so you can move 8. So 8 in any direction.
Just gonna go right up. It's gonna go right up to it.
Okay. So you're up to Axon's turret. All right.
Oh, that's the turret. My apologies.
Yep. You want to go to this guy. Yeah.
Yes. My apologies.
Okay. So we can go. Well, I'll just put your guy back here, and then it takes only 6. So yeah, you have 2 movement left if you want to use it.
Can I go behind? Oh, I guess I'd go up here. That would be 8.
7, 8. You could go here.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. What do you want to do?
Well, let's see if I can get this right. I was actually going to think about using my charge blade.
Okay. Your charge blade would be good. You can also activate multiple. If you're using if you have both your quick actions, you can just do a straight barrage and use like the charge blade and the heavy melee. If you wanted.
Yeah, let's do both of those.
Okay. So you
Just want
see
to start wheeling on it and just like chopping it up.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys are like 10 feet tall. I think you could reach the guy who's flying. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah.
Let's just put it this way: if Papichu doesn't take this ace, it's about to get really kind of freaking scary with how Sean's gonna go after them.
Yeah. I mean, all right. So what you're gonna do, declare your first roll. So which one are you gonna attack with first, and then roll d20.
Let's start with the melee and then finish it off with the blade.
Okay. So start with the melee. So roll d20.
All right. D20. I just type in and see.
/R 1 d20.
Oh, /R.
Yep.
See if this works. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Okay, so now roll a d6 because you have accuracy for that attack with your hyper injector. I believe. Yep. Okay. Oh wait, nope. You missed it. Yeah, you put the R before the slash.
There we go. 4.
Oh, 4. That's 10. Let's see if that meets the ace's evasion. It has a evasion of 12, so I'm sorry that does not hit. But now you can do with your go with your charge blade.
All right, so roll another d20.
Yeah.
Dang, I did it again.
It's okay. There's all right, and then roll a d6. So I'm sorry about your rolls. It happens a lot, but
5.
okay, so 5. So 2.
It's roll 20. It hates us all.
I think that's a 14. No, 13. 13. So that would hit.
Yay.
So So you hit with a charge blade. So your blade goes out and you like just like try to strike it, but kind of twirls in the air. And then you kind of back swing with the charge blade. So I want you to roll me a d3, just like slash r d3.
3.
All right, plus 3. That's a full 6 damage. It has a high evade, but not a lot of health, so it takes a suitable pounding. But it is not destroyed. So you kind of swing with the regular blade, and you kind of just switch as the electricity turns on, and then you kind of send an arc of energy towards it and kind of catch it along with its kind of like hind legs. Is there anything else you want to do? Because I think you have. I think that's it, unless you want to do anything else.
Okay. We added the +1 accuracy on all the attacks and things, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You had some bad rolls, but you managed to get them with those checks. So that ended up coming in real handy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm out of stuff at this point. So.
Alrighty. Then it's the Sentinel's turn. Ward. Protocol. Okay, so this is also a reason for me to start reading up on some of the creatures here, because it's gonna select the sniper as its ward, as a protocol, move 5 hexes, and it's gonna be hard cover for our sniper lad here, as it's one of its effects. Can it hit anyone right now? Oh man, you know what?
Bring it on.
Hold on, I'm thinking. I'm just trying to see. Oh, allied characters can use the Sentinel for hard cover. So I guess it can move forward 1, and then 5. Yeah, it's gonna try to hit you with a combat shotgun. So it's gonna roll a d20. That's an 11, and I think your evasion is 9. So that would hit. It also rolls. It doesn't roll. You take 6 kinetic damage.
Is that me or?
That is you. So you take 6. So you go to your HP and just kind of bring it out 6 tags. Alrighty, and I think that leaves us with Katie. Katie, you've seen all this going on. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
For let's see. When it says 10 line, does that mean 1 square, or does that mean 10?
Okay, so a line is a line means that anything within this target range will be attacked with the blow. So let's say you were like over here, like you move 4 spaces up here, which you could probably do.
Which I was thinking, yeah.
So you would hit not only the ace but the sentinel.
But they have hard cover. What does a hard cover mean exactly?
The sniper will have will select the guy as hard cover next turn. So don't worry about that. Hard cover means that there's additional difficulty to hitting the creature. If it's soft cover, it's 1 difficulty. If it's hard cover, it's 2 difficulty.
Okay, so at the top of my round, my turn, I will do the thing. Do the thing, Julie. Power up.
All right, so you hit the button as well.
And then I will. You'll see these 4 arms just like burst out of the chest, like unfold, grab these canisters and bring them out to the front as they get held with like mechanical arms, and there's just test tubes flying everywhere as she's like injecting these things into this larger canister that then explodes, and then she grabs it and stretches it out, and it turns into like a lance of sorts.
Shit, that's so fucking cool. What the fuck?
At first it looks like a jelly type material, and then she pulls it out and it just kind of whoosh, and crystallizes into like a lance, and she yucks it and tries to do a heavy cannon.
Okay, do you want to take your movement first?
Yeah, after I do the movement, I should have remembered.
Yeah, so like you can move four. I think you can move 4 spaces like everyone else. You might want to do it here. Just recommending.
Yeah, I was literally just gonna go exactly there.
Alrighty. So what does? I'm gonna check it in line real quick. These attacks effects are okay. So, all right. So you're gonna roll 2d20s. Because it's gonna be for each target, but you're hitting in a straight line. So, you get them all lined up.
Well, it looks like Julie's doing the thing. How'd you get in here?
So I rolled a 20 and a 13, but do I add anything to that?
Say again.
I rolled a 20 and a 13. Do I add anything to that?
You add 2d6, a 1d6 for each roll. You can. I don't think any of them are gonna hit 20, so you should be fine. They do hit. So just roll the same damage though. It's gonna be a 1d6, and then whatever roll that is, it's plus 3.
Yeah, the first roll was a 20. Just saying.
No. Oh. First of all, it's a 20. Okay. Good to know.
20 and a 13.
20 and a 13. So for that 20, that's a natural 20. So good work. I'm gonna apply it to. Do you want first? Which character do you want the rolls for? Like this guy the 20 and this guy the 13, or this guy the 20 and this guy the 13?
I was intending reading order, so I was just gonna go 20,
Okay.
then 13.
Okay.
I was just gonna.
All right. So just roll the damage as normal, and then we'll double that when it comes to the ace. After it's rolled. Did you roll them?
So for the first one, I got a 1 plus 3, which is 4, and on the second one, I got.
You don't need to. Well, actually, for critical hits, you said roll the damage twice and take the higher result. So, So yeah. So roll again.
Yeah, I got a 2 the second time, so 5.
Okay. So we're gonna go with 5. I guess for both, because it's the same damage each time. So that's a 5, and our buddy here, our ace, it will be destroyed.
Yay.
So the jelly comes out of this lance, and then you it's kind of like powering up. And before the ace can kind of even turn and react, you see it gets kind of get obliterated by this just kind of plasma energy ripping through its kind of insides, and then collapsing with all the static electricity around. The assault will also take that 5. So in his turn. Sentinel. So that's it looks like it does a sizable hit, but it looks like it's still going strong. Like it's braced. A lot of it doesn't brace actually. What does it do? I don't think it can brace. I'm just saying it seems to take the hit and not appear damaged as damaged. So this guy's gone. Congratulations. You still have a quick action left because you only decided to fire the Tachyon Lance. unless you want to do a barrage. Because a barrage is you could use your nexuses, if you wanted to use a second rail.
What exactly is a rail?
All right, so on your mech, there are multiple different weapons. Like a heavy weapon goes on a heavy rail. Like your if you look at your character sheet, you should see tachyon thermal lance, right? Your thermal lance is a heavy cannon, so it's on the heavy mount. Sorry, I didn't mean rails. I meant mounts. Does that make sense? So your heavy cannon is one mount. Your 2 light nexuses is another, and then that hunter killer is a third. So you could choose 2 in a barrage attack, or 1 in a I think it's called a skirmish. Yeah, it's called skirmish. So you can, so if you want to, you could make another attack if you wanted to do a barrage, or you can do a different quick action.
So I wanted to deploy 2 of the nexuses. Could I do that with a barrage?
Yes. So what you do is, you have 2 weapons on that mount, the 2 light nexuses. So you roll a d20 for each weapon, and you can select different targets. So since you're like 10 feet away from this guy, you can hit him twice if you want.
But I don't have the wait. Do I need to like put them out onto the field, or how does that work?
They are on your mount. They're on your mech, so you don't need to. He has a system that allows him to deploy a drone. Not have drones on his body. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
I will do that, and out of the shoulders, like the ooze that gets like kept. She has like these pools of ooze on her shoulders. She injects and throws a couple chemicals into there as it agitates, and 2 guns just like materialize out of them, out of the crystalline ooze material, and I will roll 2 d20s.
Okay. And so this guy's his oh yeah, that's good. Okay.
Okay, I rolled an 11 and a 14, and I add a d6 to each of those.
D6.
Okay. So I got with the 11, I got 18 because I add my accuracy from my protocol. Because I rolled a 6 and then I add the 1 from the accuracy. Or what do I?
You roll a d6. So you roll a d6. There's no +1 right now. So you roll. What did you roll a d6?
Okay. So for the first one, I got an 11 plus a 6. So that's
17.
Yeah.
All right, and the second one?
That was 14 plus 5, which is 19.
Okay. You got really close to another critical. So both of those would hit. So the damage on them is, I think, a d3. Yep. Each is a d3. So just roll 2 d3 on. You could use a d6 if you wanted to, since you're using both. Because you don't have there's no physical d3.
Yeah. Here I will. So
Yeah.
it's
Go on.
it's so I can just roll a d6 instead.
Yeah, because you hit with both, and also like I was gonna say something. Also, oh man, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, next time if you hit with only one, we can like divide in half a d6.
Yeah. So I got a 1 on the d6.
I don't think that's possible. because if it's D3, so we can say it's a 2 then, because if me and you will work on this because it's D3s are important, but yeah, I don't have anything. I think it's just gonna be 2. So the next is just kind of just locate on the sentinel and then collide, and it just kind of seems to dig further into like the hole where that thermal lance kind of left its mark. So good work. New round, I think reinforcements will come in, so I'm just gonna add a new
We get reinforcements?
no, they get reinforcements. So I think so instead of an ace, you are going to see kind of a set of drop pods just kind of collide with the earth, and what appears to be a group of 10 soldiers kind of taking mark near these guys, and you kind of see in the distance. What else did I bring out? A new scout kind of approaching from behind. So this guy starts real far away, approaching. But these guys, these the squad of 10, if you can see them, they are going to take their action, and then we go to the next player. My squad here. All right, so some of them are gonna let's see. So they have 5 and 10. So they're gonna bust out some anti-armor weapons, and they appear to be sort of like kinetic, and they're gonna target specifically Lavarche. Actually, they can burst with primary weapons and anti-armor weapons. So they're gonna roll a 2d10, 2d12, 2d20. The first one does not hit. The second one does. So I think that would be the primary weapon. You only take 2 kinetic, as they kind of just try to spray you with machine gun fire, and it's all human. It's all kind of like human-sized bullets, so it doesn't really punch through Jules. So it's kind of like they materialize, so they're not actually human. So you're okay to kill them, but they kind of have some eerie kind of like let's move, engaging target, engaging target. Just like taka, stuff like that. So top of the order, we're being attacked by ghosts. All right, so top of the order, I think it would go back to Pat, but I'm also cool if you guys want to switch turns. Though I would understand if that seems a little weird because Talon took her turn just recently, so I'll leave that up to you guys. Oh, Jules, all right, you want to go next?
I was going to ask if we had somebody to help heal, because I realized that first hit you said it knocked me down by 6 hit points. I am now down to 4 out of 10.
Well, thankfully you also have structure, so you'll have you have technically multiples of your health pool. So like you go through your health pool 4 times.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you can also choose a full action to stabilize, and spend a resource called Repair Cap that allows you to regain a certain amount of health or get rid of certain conditions. If that makes sense.
So I'm happy to go at the top again. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
All
right. Cool.
I will also hit my party mode button because why not? And I think specifically with Poltergeist, it does get like flashing colored lights on the outside, like a little bit like rave party lights, but then also like in a horror movie, like when you're viewing a house from the outside that's clearly got like ghostly presence and stuff, and like the windows are just flashing colors. So it's yeah. Oh, and obviously all
Okay,
the
you've got
sponsors.
the underlights like
Yes.
they do in those like souped up cars.
No, exactly. And of course all the sponsors are very like prominently lit up as well.
I was gonna say that there might be music saying, "This skirmish is brought to you by Game Fuel. Get fueled by the game."
Now I did realize I made an accident last time where apparently the heavy rifle is an ordnance and I have to use that before I move, but it was all within range anyway, so it would have been fine. But now I know.
In all fairness, actually, the snipers have to take a full action to do the sniper's mark. So I made a bad on my own. I was going to mention it next time the snipers came around, but
So tell me a little bit about this like dashy type action where I could get places faster. Is that boost?
Yeah, it's called quick action. It's a boost, so you move double another set of your movement. So that's 8.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna want to do that because
Okay.
I am far back. Now, can I move through friends or no?
That's debatable. I don't know. Let me check the rulebook real quick. Moving through. If a character is smaller than them, you can move. If a character is smaller than you can move through them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? It is fine because I'm gonna make do without. I can move over dead mechs, right?
Yeah, you can stomp
Okay.
on them. You know,
So
you can
I
do
will
whatever you
go-
want with them.
I'll go 4 spaces to get there, and then shit. Did I do the math on this right?
4 and then 8. You were right here. So
Yeah. So
here,
that was
4. Yeah. Now you could go here, or you could go here, here, or here.
yeah.
You know?
I was considering going after the bite-sized folks, but I will not. I will keep after the big mechs. Because I will move.
Okay.
I will move there. And I'm not close enough to use my frickin' sword yet. I'm almost in range, but I can.
But
use...
you have thermal pistols. Yeah,
yes,
good.
I'm gonna use my flex mount. Because I fire off both of those thermal pistols, right?
Yep, and they go in a straight line. So, 1, 2, 3.
And they are range is 5 on those guys.
Oh, 5.
It is a line of 5.
Dope. Okay, so thermal pistols. All right, so you have to roll 2d20, and then add a d6 to each of them if you want to.
Okay. That was the first roll.
Yeah.
That's a second roll.
All right, so the second one will roll me another two more d20 because they're technically attacking them both, and they have to be each a different attack roll. So that's the first one. So the first one hits.
Oh yeah, I forgot because I've got 2 guns. I'm like, didn't I just attack them both?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's 21.
Okay, so you hit the sniper with the first pistol, and then the assault guy with the second one. So you can roll actually. Okay, well that's just a base 2. That's a base 2. Sorry, hold on. I have to roll twice. I don't know if a critical hit bumps up your 2 because they're instead of a dice, it's just 2 for each. So I don't think it can. That's I don't know.
Let me see.
Critical hit, all damage dice are rolled twice. So highest result from each damage. So I think it's still 2 if that's okay. Just trying to make a quick rolling here.
So a crit does nothing for it.
Yeah, because if it was like your anti-material rifle, absolutely you would take the higher dice results. Like you would roll the dice again and take the higher result.
So it's, I'll just throw this out there. I also took the brutal talent, which when I get a crit lets me deal the maximum possible damage and bonus damage. Does that help me out at all?
Well, the reason why I'm trying to specify is your thermal pistols only deal 2 energy damage. Like it doesn't have a dice associated with it. That's really cool, and but like the maximum possible damage is still 2. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if it was a 2d6, the maximum possible damage would be 12. Or for your charged blade, it'd be 6. Right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So the maximum possible damage is 2 for these 2. Though it was cool. Like we can negotiate on some homebrew rules if you guys want to decide to just double whatever you roll instead of taking a higher result. Because it is a little weird and wonky, and I'm open to changing that.
Yeah, because all I could find is on a roll of 20 plus, you perform a critical hit, which allows you to deal more damage, or sometimes trigger extra effects.
It's
So
just
it doesn't really
hits
specify.
on a 20 plus on a melee or ranged attack causes a critical hit. On critical hit, all damage dice are rolled twice, including bonus damage, and the highest result from each source of damage is used. For example, if a player got a critical hit on an attack that would normally deal 2d6 damage, they would instead roll 4d6 and pick the 2 highest results.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. We can negotiate and change that maybe for next session. But just a quick ruling if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So the sniper takes the damage, and so does the sentinel. That sniper looks really close to being destroyed. However, now that you've attacked,
You said the sniper looks real close to being destroyed.
Yeah, it doesn't look. It looks like it won't take much more to destroy it.
Would triggering my drone's effect with a reaction help it along its way?
Yes, I was about to say. Our buddy Sentinel will stage a reaction and deal inflict Overwatch on you, so it gets to attack you.
Okay.
So go ahead and deal additional 3 damage on the sniper. 18. So you will take 6 kinetic damage as you destroy the other sniper with the turret. Because as your thermal pistol rings out, the turret notes, and you kind of see it just kind of do its periodic burst fire, this and then as the rest of this mech seems to just fall apart and dissipate. Alrighty. So did you take that damage?
Yes.
Alrighty.
You said 6 points of damage, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't activate by midnight. That's okay. It's going to activate its Impaler effect. And you need to roll me a d20. What's your hull?
Oh, that's one of those like little stats on the side.
Yeah.
My hull is a 1.
So I think it's a +1 with hull. You're gonna need to make a hull save.
Okay. And since it's a save, our power out protocol says it gives you +1 accuracy on all attacks, checks, and saves, so it's an extra d6
Yes.
here. Okay.
Yeah.
And then +1 for hull, you said?
I think it's +1 for hull.
18.
Oh, that's good. It activated an effect which would have made you immobilized and jammed until the end of the Sentinel's turn, which would have been not good. But you avoided that. Congrats.
Nice.
Our sniper boy is destroyed, and the scout, the new scout, will take its turn. Well, I just realized how I can delete some of these characters. All right, so the oh yeah, that's intentional. Sorry, I'm just trying to do some quick things. So the ace moves 6 actually. So it's gonna move over here, and it has central range of 20. It is going to burst 3. So 1, 2, 3. All right, it's gonna do 2 things. First one, it's going to mark you, mark you, Axon, and you are locked on for as long as actually it has to roll. What's your electronic defense?
Ooh, I'm sure it's so high. It is a
I
big
think
old
it
8.
failed. Oh, it's 8. Okay. Actually, it would automatically succeed on a 6 because it's +2, which is 8. But yeah. So 5 + 6 is 11. It's 13. So yeah, that would still hit. So you're locked on. There is a. I'm gonna ask you to go to your character sheet, and there's a conditions tab right above your HP. I want you to put shredded. So if you had any armor, which looks like you didn't,
I'm not seeing shredded as an option.
it's on conditions. It's right next to resistance.
I was looking under statuses. Okay.
Yeah. So scout marked you. And as a quick action, and then it's going to activate cloaking field, and you see this strange shimmer overcome the squads and Sentinel as they all become invisible. Yeah. I think that's it. Right, yeah, that's it for our boy. They end their turn. And then I think the next person on the roster would be, I think, Sean. Yeah. All right, Sean. You're seeing all this go on. Everyone.
Yep. And I just
remember-
watched people shimmer out of sight.
Yeah. You can assume that they are still in their previous positions as they haven't taken the turn yet.
Mm-hmm. So now, from a prone position, can I set off my segmented knives or my tactical knife?
You can still attack. It doesn't give any penalty on attacks you make, but attacks against you receive additional accuracy. You can stand up instead of taking your movement. But I imagine you want to you could still do your Nexus Hunter Killer, or you can if you want to barrage, you can do your Nexus Hunter Killer, and then I don't think your knives you can use your knives.
I can throw. I can use my tactical auxiliary melee because it can be thrown.
Oh, within 3 spaces, yes.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3. This is as far as you can get, but you can.
Okay. Sorry. I thought that was not a tactic. Never
No.
mind. In
Yeah.
that case, I'm going to use instead of moving, I'm going to get back up to my feet,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to set off a barrage in this area.
A barrage would.
Or sorry, not a barrage. Hunter killers. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So on the humans. Okay. All right. So you can if you want, you can do a boost to get closer before you do your attacks. Like a quick action to boost.
Yeah, actually, sorry. I forget that you can keep doing that again and again. I always think of it as being because that gives me an extra 4.
Actually, do you want to use your core battery?
Not yet.
Oh, because if you activated it, you could boost as a free action, and then that would give you time to barrage.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. I just want to let you know your options because this is a test, and
Yeah, I
so-
think I'll do that.
All right. So
And this is where I wanted to end up, by the way.
where? Oh, here.
This-
Okay.
Sorry, I was.
Oh, I don't think you can. Hold on. So hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 5.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No, I was right here before.
Oh, I just remember you being here.
I was here.
Oh,
So we were in because you moved him up to the side,
yeah.
so he was on top of me.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you move forward like that. So you boost it as a free action. So now you can barrage with throwing one of your knives, and you can also use your hunter killer.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the hunter killer on the big boy, and then I'm going to throw the knives into where the humans were, because that'll give me an idea of what sort of cloaking technology they're using. If it's the stay put or stay in motion kind.
All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll a d20, see if you can get past their E defense, and then I'm going to roll for the sentinel and their hunter and your hunter killer, and then you roll. Also, I was gonna say if it did hit, oh, you can also add accuracy, but yeah, actually, you might want to do that because it probably had. Yep, d6. After
So
you,
6.
yeah, no, it was
No,
an 8,
no.
so you could have possibly gotten it.
Okay.
But if it had hit at and you're trying to hit a visible target, you'll need to roll a d20, and it's like kind of a half and half on if it actually hits or not.
Oh yeah, I figured.
All right,
But
so now
but I figured it could also make them scatter some.
what do you mean?
Oh well, if it had made it through, if even if it didn't hit, it would make them scatter some. I'm thinking as much morale damage as anything else.
Oh, the enemy, the squad, yeah.
Yes, I'm thinking morale issues too.
Roll a d20 for your knife, by the way, since you're throwing a knife. Roll d6.
11.
Oh, that's an 11. So the squad has a save of 10. So you just barely hit them. Roll a d. I think that's a d3. Yep, d3 plus 1.
Okay. Wait. How the heck do I roll a d3?
/R 1d3.
Right. Sorry, I forgot about the /Rs things.
That is a 2, so that's 3. You watch as the knife kind of clips one across the neck and then hits another and another. It appears that each HP of the squad is like 1. So like
It's a person.
yeah, each 1 HP is 1 person. So you get 3 people. they I think it's just sort of like this giant knife just kind of collides with one, and then it's kind of and then just keeps moving, you know. It's just a massive blade compared to the actual humans. Ugh.
It's like somebody threw Cloud's Buster Sword.
Yeah, exactly. And they disappear, by the way. So you're confirmed. You have the solace of just hitting AI ghosts. Let's see here. Oh, he didn't.
It wouldn't have stopped him.
It wouldn't have stopped him, but at least it's there's no cleanup, you know. There's no cleanup. So I think that's your turn, yeah. Yeah, Sean. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You thumbs up. I just didn't see that. I'm on the Roll20 map.
Sorry, I was chewing and I didn't want to put you through chewing.
That's good. So now we're gonna go to Sentinel. Sentinel is going to protocol squad as their ward. And it's gonna quick action Eye of Midnight. Oh shit, I forgot that they selected hardcover. Good to know for next time. But hardcover is gonna probably be a part of your attacks if you're attacking the squad. But yeah, so Eye of Midnight. So it activates. You see this glowing beam of light coming from its eyes, and then it's going to actually strike you, Alex, or try to with his shotgun. 8 plus 1, that's 9. Does that hit your AC? It looks like it does. Just exactly. You take 6 connect damage, and it reloads. And that is its.
What is connect damage?
Kinetic damage. It's just kind of the type. There's energy, there's explosive, and then there's
Okay. So how do I do that as? Is HP or is structure damage?
HP.
Okay. 3.
Yeah, like previous. Like you took 3 from the ace, and then you took you get my point. I also forgot to add subtract all your damage from its armor. But like I said, we're still learning. Alrighty. So that will bring us to, I think, Jules.
Yes. So,
You can boost as a free action, so you can get to I think most of them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and then 5, right? Or
oh, do I still have the 8, or is that only used once?
It's for the rest of the scene, which is like the combat. So like for the rest of the game of the game right now.
All right. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I'll move right here.
Okay, so you want to go for this this scout here, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
At this moment, I think I'm going to give my my sword a bit of a rest and pull out a gun.
And so I started blasting.
Yep.
All right, so you pull out your assault rifle.
Would it also be possible for me to send out some drones? Because I do have turret drones.
Actually, you're pretty close to the scout, which means you'd be engaged, which means it would be a little harder to fire with a ranged weapon. So I might allow you to move back a bit so you can fire with your assault rifle, or you can go with your weapon instead. And as a quick action, you can deploy a drone, yes. So that means you can only choose one weapon to attack with.
All right, so I'll do a quick action as a drone.
Okay. Where do you want to put it? Is it anywhere within 10 feet? So anywhere within this.
Let's
scope.
put it right over here. Oh, I can't really show it.
You can hold your
yeah.
left. Okay, just keeping it
See
here.
here.
Yeah, here. Okay, cool. Bloop. All right, really cool. All right, and so what weapon do you want to attack with? Like I said, you might have a hard time with the assault rifle. So
Hmm.
if you're engaged like melee wise, unless it's a shotgun or some kind of CQB.
You know, maybe I could just do a charge blade again.
Okay. Roll me a d20 plus accuracy.
But the +1.
It's just a d6, so it's not a +1. It's you roll it.
I see. So 14.
Alrighty. That would hit, but you can roll a d6 to. Oh yeah. So now in the visibility procs, so we'll see if it hits or not. If it's above 20, it will hit. If it's below 20, it will not hit. It is below 20, so it will not hit.
Oh damn.
It's really 50-50. So this guy does not take any damage from your blade. However, you can proc your turret. Or actually, no, wait, it didn't take damage. So if anyone else within the range of your turret fires, you can use your reaction to deal damage to that target that was hit. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Wow, I'm doing so well on these rolls tonight.
You did so well. It was just the invisibility, you know. So then we're gonna go ahead, and that was your turn. Which means it all's left is Talon.
Okay, I have a question. How far is that special ability with the turret go?
It's sensor range 10. So let's say you moved 4 feet here. It's 5 feet. Right now you would still technically be in range, though if your weapons might not. So you might want to move forward.
Okay, I teleported into place. No, but I moved into my location, and I will just this large cannon on her back just rotates and goes underneath the one arm as she grabs it with 2 of her 4 manipulator arms to just hold the darn thing. And then it looks like a rail gun, but there doesn't seem to be anything except an empty canister as she goes to work grabbing vials, jamming it in, injecting it as it fills with liquid, and it's like this orangey red color as she clicks both buttons at the same time and uses her main nexus, which is the hunter killer, and basically halfway through the flight it shatters and expands outwards into what looks like an alien 4-winged ship that spins and tries to hit. Is this one the one right in front of me? That's the one with the heavy cover, right?
This guy right here, the squad, is using this as cover.
Okay, I will aim for the one right in front of me as this like crystalline like ship looking thing just flies out of my launcher towards the one in front of me.
All right, that's one. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, I'm good. Yep.
That is one mount. Would you like to use another as a barrage, or would you like to just use your quick action for something else? Like because remember you can either use one mount as a quick action, or barrage and use like 2 of your mounts as a full action.
Can I use my main mount and my flex mount?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can use so like you could say that some of the there's a kind of a small little tiny armada of other drones following suit with the main hunter killer.
That works with me. So it would be 1 big one plus 2 smaller ones flying alongside it.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. You can go ahead and roll 3 d20 for each attack. but there will be I'm gonna roll a 2d6 for difficulty since they are behind hardcover. So that's a 7 subtracted from any roll you make attacking them.
Okay, so I just roll 3
D20.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll tell you which each are after subtracting from hardcover.
18, 15, and
18.
5.
Okay, so that 5 doesn't hit at all. Also, actually, roll a d6 for me, and we're gonna count that as part of each one. So the 15 minus 7, that's 15 minus 7, that's still 8, which would hit. The 18 would still hit. And then I have to roll a 2d20.
And I rolled the d6, and that was a 3.
All right, so 3. So yeah, so both would still hit. Or actually, with the invisibility, one still hits. I'm gonna count that as your hunter killer. So your hunter killer would still hit. So roll me a d6 for me
Okay.
for damage. This is where we get to the complicatedness.
Okay, 1d6. Jeez. Okay. 6 plus. I don't know if I had anything.
This is a straight 6.
Yeah.
Or sorry, whatever you roll with the.
It's
die.
6 kinetic damage.
6. Okay,
As
damn.
like a crash, as the ship just freaking crashes into the small crystalline ship crashes headfirst into that mech.
Oh, so you're talking the mech or the little guys?
Oh, I was aiming for the one right in front of me.
Oh, well, fuck. So you
Sorry.
rolled. No, it's okay. It's okay. That was my bad. So that's so forget the hardcover. I'm gonna roll an extra d6 then, or d20 then to see if the other one would hit because that's a 5 plus 3. That's an 8, which I'm really sorry about this, guys. Like I said, first time running combat. Evade 8, so that would still hit. So I need to roll a d20 for invisibility. So yeah, so he would still take that 6 damage. Subtracted by his armor. It looks like there's not much left before he's toast. But he's still persevering through your hits. But it looks like that main hunter killer just serves this just bursts this kinetic fire into the sentinel's torso.
And they are all of my drone stuff is all my nexuses are smart weapons.
Smart weapon. So I'll go through its E defense. You're right. Yeah, E defense is the same. So that would still hit. Now that we're on a new round, I'm gonna do one more thing, and then I think that round will be over, and we're gonna take a quick break, like just 10-minute break. Is that cool with everyone? Okay. So our sentinel here, actually didn't attack the squad, so he's fine. So he doesn't overwatch. All right. So that's the last person for round 2. Oh my god.
Another thing, quick. Did Pep 2? Didn't they have an option to use a reaction to?
Oh right.
And I don't know if the other thing I see on the map, whoever they are, did they also get an option to do that? I don't know how that works.
I've used mine this round.
Yeah, he used his. So would you like to use your turret reaction, Jules?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that's a extra 3 damage, subtracted by 1 on that guy. So that is, he looks even worse for wear. All right, so this is a good feel for the combat. I think we're gonna take a quick break, and maybe have just maybe 1 or 2 more reinforcements, and depending on how everyone feels playing the game right now. So we'll be back in 10, and then we're gonna see what happens. Really exciting combat here, very rules heavy, but we're still figuring out everything. All right, peace and love, and see you in 10. Welcome back, everybody. So, we had to say goodbye to Jules. That was our small technical difficulties, just fixing some stuff. And we're gonna finish up this combat, and I think we're gonna be good for the rest of the stream. So, Katie, Talon just took her turn. We've been fighting some robots, these small mechs, this entire time. It's been kind of cool discovering the rules and making sure we all know what we really like about our skill sets. So round 2 has gone by, and we're gonna go to round 3. And so we're gonna start with our squatty boys, and our squatty boys are gonna keep where they are right now because, oh boy, actually, it says they're size 4, so maybe I can put them in. What size is that? Ooh, shit. So, like so.
Wait, they were size 4 this whole time? there was a lot more of them than I thought.
Well, there's only like
That's a lot bigger than us. We're tiny.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the proper size is. It's because it says class of the squad is size 4. It makes no sense. I'm just gonna say that they're size 1. Like 10 people can fit in the space of a mech.
It might be like, yes, they're maybe that size, but they might think, with fighting mechs with explosives and stuff like that, it's good to spread out. That might be why they made it a 4 instead of a bunch together where they can get disposed of by a nuke. I mean, a grenade.
Their trait says spread out, so yes. As long as it occupies at least 2 free spaces. Do you want me to just like place down like 10 guys, or do you want the full 10? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna put them here just for simplicity's sake.
Well, it shouldn't be 10 guys anymore. It should be 7. I killed 3.
You killed 3. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying this is good for classification because we're gonna have some squad mates here.
Oh boy.
You know what? Heavy cannon, main rifle, targeting the guys that just killed 3 of their mates. So, 2d20.
AKA the one with the knives.
So that's still only 2 damage. But you see them in the rifles just kind of splatter bullets at you.
Okay, so I'm officially out of HP now.
Okay, so you lost a structure. That means you go back to full health, but you go down from 4 structure to 3 structure and follow those instructions, which means you roll a d6 and then it tells you what happened.
It's a lot of fun.
Also, did you use your paint job yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't touched my paint job yet.
Roll a d6, and then if you get anything lower than a 6, you roll another d6.
I got a 6.
Holy shit! All right, so you're back to 1 HP on structure 4. So good work. Good work. That's good. Thank you for the save, Katie. Okay. All right, so that's the squad. So you kind of since it was 2, you could have also technically braced as a reaction, but since you took the damage and recovered, that's fine. So their turn is now over because they're fine taking cover behind the Sentinel boy. So all right. So first is Pat. So Pat, what do you want to do for round 3?
All right. So now, remembering that I am in party mode and that boost is a free action for me, Remembering that, I've got a system. I've got rapid burst jump jet system, which is I can fly when I boost, but I just have to end on the ground or a solid surface. So
Yeah.
purely for style points, because it does not take me that much movement to get there. I'd like to boost over the sentinel and land there.
Okay, so you're still in engaged range.
Yes. Yeah. So I'd like to use my movements, kind of kick my little or my big mech robot boots, and I think it's like a very like multicolored like rainbow jets that kick out of the boots. Like everything is very flashy with this mech.
Okay.
And
Sure.
land on the other side of the sentinel. And while I'm coming down, I will pull out from my back and kind of stick together what looks almost like the sword from Transistor, with like the lights running through. Except instead of like, just geometric patterns and shit, it's like a lightning bolt logo or like a bull logo. It's all the fucking sponsors. They're everywhere.
Well, it's like the what is it? It's still your sword from Cosmo Brawl. So you're part of the team. What was the team called again?
Oh,
the Tempests.
the
right?
Tempests, yes.
Yeah. So you got your Tempest logo and a whole bunch of sponsors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As you pull out the blade, it's like, this blade is sponsored by. I don't remember a company name. Shit.
I don't.
By Bolster.
Man, it's not even a name. It's just a scream. The company is just a scream.
This blade is sponsored by.
Yeah, and I think I will. So, free action to jump down over there or to boost over. I'll use.
Well, I mean, you could have used your you could have used your movement to get behind him, anyways. But you boosted so you could fly.
Yeah,
so
purely for style points.
Yeah.
I will use charged blade as I come down.
Okay.
Which I get one accuracy die for the power-up mode, and I get a second accuracy die because I have the duelist talent, and I get +1 accuracy on the first melee attack I make with a main melee weapon on my turn.
You should also know that your buddy is also invisible. So after all that,
It's only gonna help. It's still a coin flip at the end.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's fine. So it's I
why
roll.
support character.
So it's I roll 1d20, right?
Yep.
And then with the 2d6, the way I was reading it is you roll both and you just take the highest.
For accuracy or for critical hits.
From what I was reading, with accuracy and not disadvantage, but whatever the opposite of that is, it's you roll all of them and take the highest one. Is what I thought. What it was saying.
Oh, I believe so. I'm gonna check the rules on that, but you go ahead and roll that 2d6 for me.
Oh no! They were both ones. That was so close to a brutal crit.
Oh man.
I'm sad.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm sorry, dude. That's how it goes. That's how it rolls. Hold on. I'm still looking at checks. Here we go. Okay. So yeah. It is the highest roll. Thank you. I just wanted to be sure. All right. So that is still 19.
19.
Roll. I think a 1d3 plus 3.
Well, do I have to roll to see if I hit with the invisibility first?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Do we know of a way to like break invisibility? Is that a thing? Oh yes.
It's either if you destroy the scout or it ends its turn.
Okay.
Or it's when it takes its next turn, the cloak will be done.
So that is. Oh, Raven! Thank you for the raid. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for the raid.
So this is 1d3 plus 3 damage with my sword.
Yeah, it's 1d3 plus 3.
Another one.
It's a 4.
That's 4
minus. Oh, actually, you know what? This is important.
My sword is armor piercing.
It's armor piercing.
Yeah, it sure is.
Good to know. it takes the full 4 damage. It had 3 HP. It is destroyed. How do you want to destroy it?
Oh, gee. I mean, I think since I used all the freaking style points to jump over it with my like booster jets, I think I'd like to just come down with this sword and just cleave it in half.
Okay, so you, and then kind of slice it in half. It's kind of like it splits partially because it's metal, and then the rest of its reactor core just kind of explodes and sends these like shrapnel everywhere. Of course, you're not harmed, and you kind of just whip the blade forward, and it's the sponsor goes, ah! It's screaming good.
I feel like the ad for this sponsor is like anytime you open one of their energy drinks, the can just screams in your face, and that's what plays from my mech as I cut this thing in half.
It's not even like a digital or like artificial effect. It's just the chemicals in the energy drink. The chemicals scream.
So that was a half action for the skirmish. Can I break up my movement? Am I able to still move a thing now?
I think once you're done with your movement, you do your stuff.
Okay.
Unless I'm forgetting anything, like unless it's a reaction.
We just lost Katie.
Yeah.
Oh. Kay will join back in a second, I think. I am not where I'm supposed to be.
Nope, since we had someone drop from the call.
Yeah.
But if they're back soon, then we're all gonna pop back into place.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What?
So if no movement if the movement's not a thing, then you know what? Let's have some fun here. I am going to use the other half of my action to deploy another turret, because why the fuck not?
Okay.
Let's put one here.
Alrighty. I'll probably give you guys I'll give you guys access. I'll give everyone who has a turret access to a turret. Like right here, yeah?
Yep, yeah, that's good. So that would be my full actions, but since we're having fun and figuring out how stuff works, why don't I... How about overcharge? That seems like it'd be fun to do.
Alright, so what that does is, it made everything you just did free actions, so you can still take, I think, a quick action or two.
Yes.
Let me take a look.
Once per turn, you can overcharge your mech, allowing you to make any quick action as a free action. Even actions I've already taken. So I take 1 heat for that the first time I use an overcharge, because apparently that gets worse the more I do it.
Pat, we see Jules.
Oh shoot. Cameras.
Yep. It's okay.
There we go.
Yeah,
It's because the camera's changed. But
you saw nothing.
No.
You saw nothing.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, so I will overheat my mech so that I can swing my charge blade again at this mob of ghost soldiers, digital people in front of us.
Alrighty, so hold on, I'm gonna delete this boy. And then you went ahead and you overheated. So you gain, so add your heat.
Yep.
I think it's 1d3. What did you roll?
So it said overcharge says the first time I used it, or it said the first time you use it, the first time you overcharge, take 1 heat. The second time you overcharge, take 1d3. So I took 1 heat.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And so yeah, I'll use my extra action, like I said, as another big ol' swipe with this sword.
Okay. Roll a 1d20 and then add any of your bonuses, and then we'll do the invisibility.
Only an 8.
You don't you get an extra 1d6?
So duelist only applies to your first melee attack that turn. So I only had the extra accuracy from party mode that we're in.
All right. You do hit them, but we're going to see if it actually hits them. It hits them. So roll 1d3.
Another one.
That's still a lot of people. So you do another swipe and you catch. Like,
You know what?
You kind of you feel the tug and pull of your blade to kind of catch 4 bodies, and then you see them all kind of swiped away, kind of bisected in different places.
One of my turrets wants to help with this and does 3 more kinetic damage.
And that's dead.
I picture that when the turrets are firing, it's since I've named them after Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and all the ghosts from Pac-Man, that it's the waka 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 sound as they fire.
Like that. You actually kind of hear the radio go up.
Hi guys. You beat everyone but the scout. The scout can't really harm any of you, so
I'm attacking the scout.
okay. So
Sean's not saying anything. I just like to take my turn now because I've been planning something.
okay. So the scout takes his turn by the hold on.
So the scout takes his turn by the announcer saying, like, "Hey guys, like, you kind of beat the thing because this guy can't do any damage," and then you're like, "Fuck that," and then you take your turn.
Okay. So, first off, Sean's gonna launch himself using the jump jet. Basically, like plumes of like white, feathery fire out the back, and he just basically just goes straight into the scout and starts stabbing with everything.
Okay, so you're gonna barrage with
Every knife I have.
I think you can do, because like segment knife is auxiliary. Okay. Yeah.
I can. I did this on purpose.
The cloak is gone, so you're free to just make a couple d20 rolls and see
How
if
many would you like me to do?
there are 1 segment knife, 1 technical knife, 1 segment knife, so that's 3 d20.
All right.
So and then land on it and start.
2, 3. 3, 6,
roll-
15.
All right, so roll a d6 for all 3 because you have accuracy.
2 1s and a 6.
Okay, so congratulations. One of those hits. You get to roll your damage die twice and take the higher one.
Okay.
So that would be for your segment knife, I think.
Yeah.
So that's
sorry, I'm trying to go through everything and figure out how much the segment knife is as 1d3 plus 1.
Yeah, so just roll 2d3. All right, so that'll be a 3 damage on the scout. Actually, I only had 1 HP, so you just keep stabbing into it and just, and then
Yeah, it's kind of actually like really viscerally disturbing to watch as Sean just keeps stabbing it until it disappears.
Also, after I see this, because I was like ready to go, I just fire all of my drones into the air and just make them explode into like shards of like pink and red like glimmer as it in the air, just like fake fireworks, but I'm just exploding my drones.
Or keep attacking the thing, I guess. Okay.
you hear the announcer go off, and like you're just, and like you're all having your kind of different celebratory victory screeches. Also, Pat, can you unmute Jules? Hi, buddy. Hi. So,
Hey.
so the announcer comes back on.
Well, you guys passed with flying colors. Great, exemplary teamwork. You guys went a little overboard on some of those guys. Really went overboard on the squad. I mean, damn. They're experimental and they're not people technically, but okay. That's not going to go in the report, of course. Expect things to be a little more difficult. I guess you can never really know how real combat goes. This was just sort of meant to test the durability of your mechs and see how you guys do under fire.
Can I see where this sound might be coming from? Is it a comm or is it like a speaker I can see?
I'd say it's sort of like the surround sound speaker. You know that there would be like a little terminal, like a overlook. If you kind of look to like the northwest.
It's fine. It's fine. I won't brutally murder somebody. It's okay.
Okay. Ominous. So I think they're just there's this kind of a bloop scoreboard, and it shows your guys' score, and I think you guys got like you got all the mechs. So hold on, let me see how many people you got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is, since this is a little bit of a filler episode slash like a little advancement into the future, you guys get to see the scoreboard, and there is a name at the top. Major Arthur King. Team 1 person. And score 12. Meaning that as one person, he has killed 12 artificial constructs in one single simulation.
Maybe we should track this person down.
You would also note that this person you would know as your commanding officer. And I think
That's our boss.
That's your boss. So it's a little tiny tidbit.
We work at an arcade and we see we're like playing Pac-Man and then we see our boss's name on the top of the score list. We're like, oh.
It's like,
Yeah.
what the hell, boss? I didn't know you were cool.
Alrighty, that's our little tidbit. I think it's a good little end to the filler episode for practice. How many tickets did we win? You guys won, I think, like 5 or 6 tickets. I guess. We'll figure out how this translates into other stuff. Like this could have been an exercise that we'll take into account later. For like anything you win with like new equipment, temporary equipment or bonuses. We'll think about that. But I think we're done. I think this was a good jump into the mechanics. You can see why I was saying mech combat is a little interesting, because it has a lot of different phases and things to keep track of, comparatively to like D&D and other games. How about we go and do a kind of concluding, saying who you are and all that stuff, like your impressions of mech combat and your favorite thing that happened this session. So we're gonna go from the top right this time, hopefully, with Pat.
Yeah, hi, I am Pat. I'm a tactric on Twitch and on Twitter. Twitch being this channel where we're at right now. You found it. Yeah, I play. Favorite part of this session, I gotta say, I loved Talon's descriptions for all of the different weapons and almost like the bioorganic component type stuff that you did with it was so fun. That was definitely my favorite part, the flavor you did for it. Yeah, I very much enjoyed that session. I'm feeling a lot better about the mech combat. I'm not nearly as lost as I was 2 hours ago.
Well, that's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
really exciting. Thank you, Pat. And I really did appreciate that little flavor. Actually, speaking of which, I think next one up is Talon or Katie.
Okay, hey, it's Catherine. I played Talon, the one with the weird bioorganic jelly. And I really liked what was it? The brutal massacre of the ghost people. That was fun. Also, yeah, it's a lot. I understand the system a bit better now. Just shoot things, hit things, have fun. But you can find me for art stuff at Katina Draws on Twitter and Instagram if anyone wants.
All right, dope. Thank you. The ghost people. I'm gonna have to start coming up with like a civilization living in the simulation of people who have to get. No, I wouldn't.
One day before
No,
ghost
no,
retirement.
you know what it is. You know what it is. It's reboot. It's just reboot. The TV show.
Oh
You
yeah,
not know-
reboot.
One big
Reboot. No,
Reboot
reboot.
is a very good show.
I've heard
You
great
ought to
things.
know reboot. It's
I know
reboot. This is basically reboot.
We are all
We are the users.
Sorry, go
who are
ahead.
brutally Oh, sorry.
Oh, what were you saying, Jules?
Oh, just to make a joke, say we're all polygonal images.
Oh boy. All right. Actually, speaking of Jules, how about you? What's anything stand out about the system? Introductions.
It was just cool to see everybody's unique abilities sort of come to the forefront.
All right, and follow them at Ikuza1. Great, cool film stuff. And now we have Alex.
Yo. Honestly, it was I'm starting to understand how this works and trying to figure out how to best calculate out plans on the fly. It's interesting it's interesting playing a character that is not the Chaos Child. That's Pat.
Yeah.
Pat, I got a dog yesterday. And you weren't there to stop me. Yeah, you can find me next, actually, tomorrow morning over on Alien J's channel. Well, we're playing with Lavender Dorquette and Econorlax, and we're playing Stardew Valley. So if you want to come out and like chill out heavily, a bunch of silly people playing a silly game, that's pretty much what we do. You can also find me around on Twitter and yeah, mostly Twitter at CanChaosArt or Agent Boss for my personal, if you're interested in stuff.
All right, great. And I am Chatterbox AVA at Chatterbox AVA. I do tabletop stuff. Streaming mainly to be a DM or voice actor or player or whatever, so I'm around. You know what? The thing that stands out for me the most is with the system is just sort of kind of how cool you can get. Is this kind of a contest to see how cool you can do things, and that really interests me. It's just sort of like how far can you push the flavor of what you're doing, and how many cool things can you do in one single turn. It's like behind all the crunch and the chunky is this sort of desire to like try to game the system to be as cool as possible, and I'm here for it. So you know what, we're gonna bid everyone adieu. Next session should be next week, barring any catastrophic world-ending outcomes, for those in America, of course. I think we'll either be here to escape or here to celebrate. So peace and love. Everyone go vote. Black Lives Matter. Everything. Peace and love, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
Goodbye.
So, channel wise, we'll be back here next Wednesday. Before that, Friday afternoon, hopefully Leland and maybe Zan and myself, depending on people's internet post moving and storms, we'll be playing some games here Friday afternoon. Then I forgot to mention earlier, you could catch me late Friday night on Off the Table's monthly Otterthon, running a game of Trophy Dark, I guess half an hour into Halloween, because it'll be starting at like 12:30 Eastern midnight-ish time. And then Saturday night, catch me on running Urban Shadows on Polished Cryptid's channel. So running a lot of shit this week.
And then you should be back on Raven's channel next Tuesday.
Yes. Yep. And then circle back here for Wednesday, where everybody will be great.
And I'll be here Wednesdays, waiting patiently.
Yes, putting up with our mechanical bullshit. But yeah, good night, everybody.
Goodbye. Peace and love unto all worlds.